Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Advanced Tactics Gold. So I have given everything a little bit of thought, and I've actually, every time I upload a video, I watch the whole video again, so I'm always watching myself play, and yeah. That's of course when I realize that when you do things when you're recording and you're trying to do things a little bit under a time crunch, you do make mistakes, and it's good. I mean, this is a good learning process for me, that under the gun, under pressure, how am I performing? It's good. It's kind of like playing with the timer when you're playing chess. So I'm making mistakes, which is to be expected. All right. So one of the mistakes I've made is I haven't upgraded my machine guns yet. I have machine gun 2s, but all my units are still machine gun 1s. The only machine gun 2s that are happening right now are the ones being produced. So I need to make sure that at the very end of this turn, I upgrade all my machine guns to machine gun 2s, which should help a little bit. The other thing I notice is I really am losing to armor, and I'm wondering why, right? Armor is super effective in open plains. So any times that there's plains, and even if there's fields, so we can see that armor does not take any attack penalty on plains or fields. I really need to eliminate my use of plains and fields against armor. That's it. That's the end of the statement, actually. I need to eliminate my use of plains and fields against armor. So this is a whole bunch of open area. How do you think they broke through across a stream into plains? Well, these hexes aren't even across the stream, so I definitely I'm going to do a little bit of a tactical withdrawal here. I think I'll put the engineer all the way back. Yeah, actually, this unit I might move down. I think I will. This yellow unit. Actually, can this one get here? Yeah. So we'll put the 73 here, and we'll put these two here. Into the city, where they're safe. And I'll just sacrifice all this territory. This territory is not doing anything for me. If I can't have the oil, none of this matters. So instead, let's lure them into positions which are better for us. And then we'll counterattack whenever we have the opportunity. And if that's not next turn, that's fine. While everything's going on, we're just going to keep accruing tons of artillery. And that's going to keep facilitating our push towards Coutances. If we can take Coutances, I don't care about the loss of this oil. Oil, again, has not been a huge problem. What else? Oh, I also noticed that these artillery, we still have, what? 1 here and 4 artillery here. We have a bunch of artillery which are not... all these are artillery too, right? I did upgrade. Well, we'll auto-upgrade at the end of this turn anyways, which will cover any artillery we haven't done. But some of these don't have horses, so we need to send all 6 horses that are down here. I guess it doesn't make sense to send 6 horses, so we'll send 4 horses. We'll send 4 horses up. We need the horses up there, and these horses will just become part of a new artillery unit. In fact, we can probably just create a new artillery unit immediately. Yeah, why not? We do have quite a few... Actually, I don't know why I did this. I don't think I want to create a new artillery unit up here. I think what I want to do is start shifting this artillery. I want to shift it back actually down to this unit here. So let's use the Graze Cap, which can use rail, and let's actually send them the 4 our 4 artillery. These artillery have already bombarded, so they don't have any action points left anyway. I hope. Now we create a new unit here. That's actually fine. What I'll do instead is set this to be a submachine gun guard. Because there's so much forest up here, I think it's one of the best places for our submachine guns to go. So we'll set it to this model, and we'll leave it blank, which will just hopefully automatically get the units it needs next turn. Now, it won't actually get the units it needs next turn, because it takes 2 turns for it to go from the Supreme Headquarters down to the local headquarters, and then after that, only after another turn, will it finally get to the division. So it'll take 2 more turns for that unit to be supplied, but I do want to start pushing some of the forces that way, because we do have some machine guns and machine guns abundant enough that we can start supplying that unit. Okay, now this whole mess, it's another example of not getting caught in the plains. So there's basically 2 areas here that are, it's just ill-advised that we defend them. until we can get some anti-tank. Now we know we're getting anti-tank weapons at the beginning of next turn, but it's not yet the beginning of next turn, so what to do? Yeah, this is a really good question. I think we'd be okay letting them move in here and just preparing for like a counterattack. The only question I have is whether or not to move this submachine gun guard into this forest hex to kind of double protect. That does weaken the south side of London. However, I mean, we're just really getting pushed back in this area. I'm still working on political points, and the wise person would probably switch all 50%, all 10,000 production points will probably be switched into Rangers, which would definitely give me a leg up on production. Unfortunately, I'm just going to be a little bit stubborn and prioritize political points. The reason for that is I probably want to get just dive bombers, or I want to get light tanks. They're both 84 political points, and whichever one I get, I'm going to need a factory of that. So I need enough political points. It's, I think, 80 for a factory. Did we already discuss this? Where is my engineer? He's here. Well, he has 100 action points. Oh, we actually need him to build a road here. So, okay, let's pretend that we are going to build something here. Yeah, it's going to take 80 political points to get a factory. So we need 80 plus the 84, is it, for any of these things? I need 164 political points, which is going to happen in exactly 2 turns. Good. So in 2 turns, I will be able to build my factory, and I will already have, I presume, the dive bomber or the light tank researched, which actually is just going to give me one more turn to think about what I want. There's advantages and disadvantages to both. The dive bombers are going to do excellent against the enemy armor. They'll just start eliminating that immediately. So that's going to be one way of dealing with their armor. Sometimes the best way of dealing with their armor, though, is with your own, because this is true for all of the tanks. They are always better with hit points and attack on the attack. So if you attack into a hex with enemy armor, you're at the advantage. Your armor actually gets a bonus on the attack. So in this situation, if I leave this space and they occupy it, it's a perfect position for me to counterattack. My armor would overwhelm them. And if I have infantry paired with my armor, my infantry is better at defending, so that will kind of take away their advantage with armor. So the combined arms is pretty important, just so you can have good defense when your armor is like waiting to attack in between turns. I also have this unit. I don't know what's the best thing to do to move him here or here. In fact, I will move him here because we'll probably want to support this hex. Again, planes, bad. You have to be very careful about planes. It's probably better for me to actually do this. Let's go a little bit crazy here. Oh, wait, this is forest, but 8 armored cars. So 4 armored cars, are those enough to beat 50? Let's do a quick comparison. Let's compare this to Rangers. Whoop, don't know what happened there. Anyway, here we go. Combat stats. So if we have 8 of these, they're only attacking as a value of 4 though, because 50% penalty into the forest. That means they're attacking with 4 times this. Okay, math. 7,200? No, 5,200. So they have 5,200 on the attack, and I should be defending. Do we have Ranger level 2? I think we have Ranger level 2, actually. So let me get Ranger 2. I don't know if you're seeing that, but it's funny. So we have Ranger level 2. This is 75. 75 times 50 is less than 4,300. Yeah. And then hit point wise, 50 times this is going to be, you know, just 6,200 or something like that. And 4 times this is 8,000. So we're again slightly below them. All right, so that means that we probably don't want to try to move in here. The armored cars will destroy us. All right, well, according to our math, let's choose not to do that. Again, I'm not taking into account entrenchment. I don't know how that plays a factor. So, okay, so I think, did we already move everything we want to move here? The very last thing I need to do is auto upgrade everything. So that's, I just want to make sure everything is done, because once I do that, any machine guns cannot move. Yeah, I think we're okay. And we did get the extra for artillery here. That's good. Okay, let's end the turn. Oh my gosh, no. See, this is how it happens. You make silly mistakes. You almost forget to auto-upgrade. And that's going to take out of our 1,300 stockpile. We see we're only down to 12,000. That's not bad at all. We do have a massive stockpile of supply. So let's consider actually... I think I switched one of these over to Rangers. Let's consider getting even more Rangers. So let's really sacrifice our Ranger production just for... Let's get... I know that we can get an even number at 70. Let's just do 70 this turn, which is gonna make it impossible for us to do our political points next turn. It would. So that's not good. We need just enough to get political points. 56, we need 164. This is doable. We just need to decrease the production next turn. Okay. Alright, well, let's do it then. And now... end the turn. I think we're good now. Well, I hope and pray. This is getting stressful. Because their armor is really doing a number to us. In any of the planes. Okay, they did advance in. That's just what we expect. There was a battle. I didn't see where. More movement. No attacks? Oh, there's an attack, but we stood firm. Another attack. We stood firm. Alright, so this is much better. These are definitely more like... Oh my gosh, we lost our... No, we killed artillery. Okay, good. And 6 armor. This is much better. This is much more what I would hope for on the defense. Forcing them to do 10 to 1 odds against... 10 to 1 kills against in order to take any of my territory. And actually, we held strong. Okay, so let's quickly evaluate the position. They have put a ton of forces into here, which means that these planes probably just won't hold. I think it's time for this unit to probably retreat back, and this unit to retreat back here. We'll probably just do some tactical withdrawals and move this unit maybe here, so that we'll just kind of shore up this front. If they want to move all the way around, we can cut them off and then just like cut them off like this. This would be a good... These are two great anchor points, but we're only going to anchor there if we have something we can cut off here. And then if that unit chooses to go behind and cut off oil and raw, I don't care. Those things are not a huge importance to us right now, so therefore no strategic value. We don't care about them. Because things are really dire in the south. I'm surprised the Germans are pushing forward as effectively as they are. Alright, so here we go. This is another situation where we need to be very careful. We have some Rangers exposed in the plains. We'll probably just pull back there. It's unfortunate because before we pull back, we really should attack this unit. Excuse me. In fact, if we have any artillery here, which we do, I might send this artillery here, 30. It'll have 7 action points to attack here, and we'll try to... We won't be able to eliminate them, though, will we? We can, actually. If we're really bold and kind of crazy, we can actually eliminate them. And I think we're going to want to do that. Because these units, the hexes here are useless to us. We don't need to defend them with 2 infantry units each if this is a really weak area. And we can take a lot of German units out. I think we surround and eliminate. And then we just retreat as far back as we can after that. So in order to surround, we're going to have to move this unit down. He won't be able to attack after that. In fact, it doesn't look like he'll be able to move even. He might be able to move here, though, if we take that hex. Right now, it doesn't seem like it's possible, though. But we will be in a swamp. Okay, that's very good. Actually, this is perfect. He has 2 rounds of supply, too, just in case he gets cut off. We'll move here. We'll move here. The swamp is going to protect us from any armor. So this is actually a really, really good thing. How many units do we have? 2. We have a bunch of machine guns. Some submachine guns, and plenty of Rangers. Good, we have enough Rangers to even create a new unit, because I feel like we're going to need 1 more unit in this area. Alright, this is good. Let's look in the north and see what's going on there. Alright, this is excellent. So it looks like their units are almost completely wiped out, totally out of supply. I think what we'll do is just do a single attack with a single bombardment with artillery, just to shore up Just make it a sure victory. And then, what? I think we won't even need to attack with more than one unit. Keep going, keep going. All right, readiness down 3, entrenchment 9. Yeah, I think that that's going to be a walk in the park for our unit. So we'll only attack with 1, which is going to free up more of our action points for the other guys. 2 casualties, but for the number of casualties we're inflicting, like 48 casualties, I'm totally okay with that. And in fact, this unit can actually move forward here. Now this machine gun can move here, and this one can pin around. Good. We're getting close to Coutances. We're actually making a very solid push forward. This artillery is obviously the sole reason why we're able to do this. Okay. Okay. 7 machine guns is all that we're received. That's still something, though. That's still something. Oh, did I forget to get trucks up here, too? I did. There's only 4 trucks. Okay. This headquarters isn't going anywhere, but I will wait till the end of this turn. I want to reinforce this with some more trucks. I want all of my headquarters to have 8 trucks. Right now, this one probably has 7. Yeah. And this one's hoarding all of them. Probably has like 11 or something. Yeah, 13 trucks. So let's shift those around. Okay. Now, I think the yellow headquarters, the northern headquarters, the only card it has available to play is this Blitz, which we don't have any armor for. So we'll just continue bombarding. I think there's a lot of weak stuff here. If we do some bombardment, I think we'll be able to attack into both of these hexes. Maybe even this one. And maybe this one. Okay, so which one do we want to save our best artillery for? Okay, let's attack this one first. So, which artillery? He's in the open, but okay, he's got very low readiness, but he's a pretty sizable unit, so it's more important for us to, I think it's valuable to use one of our better ones. We'll use our 124 here. Because I think we can get more kills during the bombardment, and more importantly, we can also get more kills during the attack. So let's do the attack. This guy's not going to want to attack anything else, so we'll have him, and this is the one we want to move forward, so we'll attack with them. Good. These 2 should be sufficient, and we're still below the attack stack penalty. Good. Come on, come on. Good. Very exceptional, really. So we lost 4 units, but they lost 38. Very acceptable numbers. And he's in position to attack again. We'll probably attack here once we can bring this guy up. So this guy can attack here and then here. So good. We can actually do a 3-sided attack on this unit. Good. Let's do it. Well, but first things first, bombard. Don't forget to bombard. This one's going to be more troublesome than this one. However, we have 3 sides of attack for this one, so let's use the second best. And the best one we'll be using is the 19. Okay, good. They're down to the readiness of 12. That's important. Make sure that 1, 2. This artillery does not have a horse. We're going to have to use the 113 against... Actually, yeah, we have 4 horses here. Can we transfer these horses in? I know it should lower the readiness, but it doesn't lower the readiness of the artillery, right? Yeah, perfect. 100 action points, 100 readiness. Very good. So, want to make sure. This is my 115, this is my 115. Okay, good. So let's do the attack here. From all sides. Yeah, this is right. Okay. We're right at that attack stack limit. That's good. It's about the right place to be. Okay, good. Again, very solid. 4 defeats, or 4 casualties. We inflicted 25. All these numbers are really what I want to see. Okay. Now we can attack this one. Whoever is my next best artillery, yeah, this guy, you're going in here. Attack. because I could really use this one lowered. We got him down to 10. That's, well, I mean, that's the best we could really hope for. And he's only attack value of 6 now. Okay, the one thing to consider is, do I save this unit, who can only attack one more time, for attacking the armored car here? Because we could attack from, it looks like we're going to want to attack this unit and this unit. If we can push him back out of the forest, then we can retake the forest hex. And that would be very helpful because defending against this armored car is going to be a lot easier in the forest. That basically reduces this unit to only half strength, giving it only forest hex to work with. And I do have one more bombardment left, but what I think the best thing to do would be is, this will cost 30 to move forward now, but if I want to bombard this unit once because this is pretty weak and it's like a weak choke point then. And this unit can reinforce, but it's only machine guns. Actually, that's fine. So I think I want to use the last artillery here. After this hex is eliminated, the zone of control penalty for moving into this hex should be reduced, should be gone. Which means that moving in won't take an action points of 30, it'll take an action points of 20. Which will give this guy, although it says 77, it'll give the artillery 80 action points to bombard this. These guys are actually really strong, so I do want to, it'll weaken their ability to counterattack. And that's very good. Okay, so let's save this unit actually for attacking this unit. I think. Yeah, come on. It's 70 and 64 versus 6. Let's do it. I hope I'm not making a mistake here. Oh, well, that's really not good. Maybe it was a minor mistake. 7 to 18 is not bad, but the problem is, okay, actually that's not so bad. I'm happy it was this unit taking the casualties and not the rifleman, because the rifleman we need strong to face down against this guy. And yeah, I guess I will be moving this machine gun in here. Even though it's not forest, he doesn't have submachine guns yet, so it's not like there's a disadvantage to that. And like I said, now this one can move in. We see the movement cost is 20. He has 80 action points left for bombardment, and we'll do that here. So this will only go to 8 combat rounds, but we can say that something got done, right? We killed one unit and took their readiness down by 1/3 to 2/3 its original value. All good things. All right, we can see that the submachine guns and the machine guns are ready to be moved in, but I'll do that automatically. I'll let that happen automatically because I think it reduces the readiness penalty. Okay. And that means that, yeah, this looks good. I think this is a very solid defended line, and we obviously, I mean, we have obvious opportunities to bombard this unit and attack it from 4 sides, even 5 sides next turn. That's great. Then we can start working on this unit. We're just going to peel away until we get to Coutances. So the north looks good. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about the middle here. It seems to make sense that this unit is only a combat strength of 9. Let's just do an attack with these two. Try to push it back, and I think we'll suffer minimum casualties. Yeah, so this is good. 16 to 1. That's good. Just not for any reason other than to inflict casualties. Maybe this hex, maybe the Germans will, sorry, the French will react a little differently, knowing that, for example, this unit seeing that it's surrounded by enemy territory, but it's not surrounded by enemy units. So maybe it won't act any differently. And it wouldn't be that terrible of a time for us to attack this unit, to be honest, because they have low readiness and they're much worse in the attack. But let's first focus on this guy. I just want to make sure that they don't have, yeah, they don't get any defensive bonuses, and we'll be taking almost no attacking bonuses. Just the, I think the mortars will take a small 50%, well, 50% penalty for attacking into the forest, but we're still okay with that because there's so few mortars in these units that it should still be fine. Okay, so one thing we could do, no, we're not going to do it, but we could push a unit forward to attack this from 3 sides, but we're already attacking from 3 sides, right? So let's do it. This guy, and I guess we'll use the regular rangers because the mortars, we would prefer them to be behind. Yeah, okay, attack. Come on, please don't. Yes! Oh, well, we lost a unit for free and they didn't lose any, but at least we lowered their readiness. And the more important thing is this unit can move in, and we've now secured the forest front line almost all along the front, which is great. Okay, that was very important, I think. There's these silly groups of 8 that appear, but I am not sure it's worth attacking. Okay, it's 70 to 2. That's our anticipated combat strength reconnaissance. I'm not sure it's worth attacking. It'd be nice to get some artillery over to the red units as well. These poor guys. Is there anything actually worth attacking for the time being? Because we do have a charge card we can play with him. No, I don't think the red is going to be doing any attacking. Actually, what we could do is play the charge card on him, and we'll do it. So let's play this card and use it on him, just so he can attack over the border. Sure. And 50 out of 100, it's 70 versus 2. We have the 20% bonus. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Oh, it looks like it was very effective. So 10 to 1. I'll take it. And I won't recapture this territory, because if I did, I'd be cut off. Actually, I could shift some units in order to push forward, but let's be honest, this is plains, and we just got done saying how we're going to avoid plains and fields. So, not to make a hypocrite out of myself, right? Good, good, good. And what do we have here? We have a threatened unit, threatened plains. Yeah. So here's the massive, crazy, what am I doing? Is this the right move? Probably not type attack. We have 6 artillery here, and we have 4 here. Okay. So we're going to move this unit. That's a cost 30? Why does that cost 30? Okay. Tell me again. Okay, why is it going to cost 30? Why? To move into the force is 30. Ah, okay. That explains it. Thank you. So we'll only get 7 rounds of attack, but I think it's still worth it to do this. And then use all 6 against this guy to weaken that. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. So move here. We'll bombard. This is pretty risky, but... yeah. Lowered their readiness, lowered their entrenchment. Both good. So we're dealing with 0, 1, 4, and 23. Obviously, the armored cars are still a real threat. Yeah, so we'll move here. And I think I'm just going to leave this hex blank, actually. Now let's move one of our machine gun units. They're identical. So we'll move the 12th across. We can't attack. Where can we attack from? Okay, so who can attack this hex right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll mean way over the attack stack limit. We'll want to not attack with one of these units for sure. We'll not attack with that one. And we're still a bit over the attack stack. And I do want to attack with as many machine guns here as possible. Can we move one of these and attack? Yes. I think I'm going to do that just because these are both 89. They have higher experience. And this is only an 85 because its experience is basically just 41. I think that's what the value normalizes to over a long time. So we'll send the 14th down. Actually, I'll send the 13th down. I'm just looking 12, 11, 12, 13, 14. So anyway, not important. And now let's do the attack by all. We'll eliminate the 15th and we'll eliminate the 11th from the assault, which means we're below the attack stack. We get the 20% bonus. I think this is good. I'm not 100% sure, by the way. Can this guy move here? It'll cost 40. So he can move here and then move back. We'll do that. Just to make sure that these guys can't escape. I wish I could just say with full confidence that they can't, and I'm pretty sure they can't, but being sure is not being positive. Being pretty sure is not being 100% positive. So here we go. We're going to take some casualties. Quite a few. Ugh. Wow. Was it worth it? Well, we lost 26 valuable infantry, 7 more valuable infantry, 33 valuable infantry, and we only killed like 38. I would say it's not worth it. Damn it. I don't know how they defended so well. Their armor was... Anyway, doesn't matter. It's already done. So, can we move this guy back now? Yeah. Let's move him back. This guy can't move, but that's fine. We might as well move... I mean, it's irrelevant, but we'll move these guys in. This guy... is this guy in supply? He's not. Well, we won't move forward there then. Hopefully he gets attacked and pushed back to supply. Okay. Now this group down here. They did pull back here, which means that we could move here and then move there. It should only be... That'll kind of push us... Yeah, this makes sense to do, actually. Because we're not... They could go back over here. That's fine. I'm allowing them to take that now. But now what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Now this unit has to defend. Mistake, mistake, mistake. Not good, not good. Okay, we can shift though. They're not going to go into the marsh. Their armor won't go into the marsh, so that's fine. I'm protected. Okay, well, what if we do this? Let's move this 6 here. Now I'm going to quickly change something. Right now we have return yes. I'm going to switch all of them to return no. Which just means if I give you something that's more than your... I only want you to be resupplied, never take away units to make them exactly correct. So you'll see what I'm trying to do here. I'm now going to switch 2 horses, or how many? I guess 2 horses. Let's do our AT guns first, actually. 2 AT guns and 2 horses into this unit. Okay, so this unit still has movement points because we're just picking them up. And we now have still the ability to move at foot. The artillery is not slowing us down because it's all carried by the horses. And now this unit, which is pretty good defense against armor, is moving here. We're also going to do the same thing here. I can't do it directly, so I'm just going to put, whoops, 2 anti-tank. And let's do 2 horses into here. I probably should have used 1 here, actually. Okay, so we're just going to be a little bit crazy. We're going to... This is very risky. Extremely risky. Too risky. Is it too risky? Okay, if we move this machine gun here, it's not ideal for a machine gun to be defending, but we got to make do with what we have right now. Then this guy can move and help defend. I'm actually going to shift the units. I'm going to send this one here and this one here. I just want to make sure London's defended, so I am being a little anal about that. Just in case something fails, I don't want London cut off. That's my livelihood, the heart of my production. So we have to defend it. But we still have a good unit with anti-tank defense here. And I also want to make sure that I do my bombardment as well, which should be another 6 artillery. I hope that's going to be effective. It certainly will be effective against the infantry. So we lowered the readiness a bit, lowered the entrenchment. It doesn't look like we did really anything to the armored cars, unfortunately. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, we'll probably take some casualties next turn, but we're just slowly building up the anti-tank defense. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. Let's get a new formation. And again, create another artillery unit. Good. Now, all these guys have horses now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Good. Yes, they all have artillery. I mean, the artillery all have horses. That guy will be resupplied. Okay, now I think we're done with this turn, which is good because we're running on 35 minutes now. Let's get this engineer out of here. No point sacrificing for further engineers. Yeah, we actually can get him to move over, like here is probably where we'll put our factory. It's in the heartland, so that's a good place. Just taking a quick look before we just get chopped to pieces. Okay, here we go. I'm ready. I'm ready. End turn. Cross my fingers. I don't think this is going to hold, but I did my best. I can't think of anything better to do here. All right, let it begin. Okay, they're moving in, but they're not attacking. Interesting, but they might attack here. No. Oh, they did attack. We stood firm. It worked. It worked. Oh my gosh, it worked. Amazing. They destroyed a bridge here. By the way, that cancel sign means they destroyed a bridge. Okay, we stood firm again. Ah, thank goodness. Okay, we lost one of our anti-tank weapons. But we're going to be producing those just continuously at this point. Alright, so what we'll do is briefly kind of look at what happened. A lot of shifting in the north. They definitely took over the area, so they've really occupied that oil. They're pushing us further and further from Nîmes, but hey, our goal is Coutances at this point. If they push back forward, that's fine. It looks like they kind of left a gap for us to move forward. Maybe they are trying to lure us out of the forest. Okay, now they're down here. Back up there. Too many armored cars. Oh, I forgot to shift my political points. I'm not going to be able to get... Mistake. Oh well, that's fine. We'll wait one more turn. So we won't be able to get our dive bombers on this turn, but that's fine. Next turn, next turn. And here's this attack. They did attack exactly where I thought. Let's see how bad it was. Okay, we lost an anti-tank gun, 3 machine guns, 15 rangers, 9 submachine guns. Okay, from an infantry standpoint, we lost 27, but basically like 30 because those are pretty high value. Machine guns, rangers, these are all high value, and they only lost normal infantry, but they lost 51. That's pretty sizable. Let's do the quick math. These are basically worth 3 times infantry. Let's just call that 3 times infantry, so 9. Let's call these double and submachine guns normal, because these aren't quite double and these aren't worth single, but so 30 plus 10 plus 9. Well, that's about even, but they also lost 3 armored cars. And I'm sure that lowered the readiness of the rest of the units too. Okay, so I'm just happy that we held. At this point, this is getting to be pretty strategic locations. And they didn't go around us. Well, we don't know that yet. Yeah, okay, they are pushing forward now. Oh, another attack. Ah, they did attack into our forest. It's surprising. We didn't lose anybody, and they lost just a ton of units. And that's it, I suppose? Yeah. Okay, well, very good. We'll bring this episode to a close here. I've gone quite a bit over time. So I guess the whole hope of the American nation, the Allied nation now, is getting through to Coutances through the north. And then we're just going to try to hold in the south. We have the anti-tank to do it now, and pretty soon we'll have dive bombers to help push them back. Alright, so thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next. Until then, take care.